Good afternoon. So, what I wanted to discuss for today's video was just kind of talk about my season and where I'm at in life. It's a that's a saying I've heard it quite a bit now about the seasons in life. And this season where I'm at right now, it's a tough one, right? Because for me, I'm in the crossroads right now, not really truly knowing where I want to go, right? So to anyone that's may watch, and to my future self, was it's July 16, 2025. It's a point of my life where my goal right now is at least 3 years from now, pretty much when I'm 30, is making six figures, just 100K, right? Nothing too crazy, just something realistic. And you know, seeing what I'm making right now, I'm like, okay, that's still a big gap, right? Still a big gap. But my thing, it's making 100K realistically isn't nothing in this world, right? It's just knowing how to do it is the thing, right? The information is out there, just it's the taking action, right? And the thing is, for me, my head, I'm like, okay, let me get a higher paying job, and then once I settle in that higher paying job, then I start developing like a side hustle, right? And from there, side hustle plus my main job, I should hit 100K, right? Right? But the thing is the past 2 years I've been looking for a job. The thing is, I haven't applied for any job. For me, I look at all these jobs. I'm like, I'm not interested in these jobs. But when you ask me, well, what do you want to be or what do you want to do? I don't know. There's certain criteria that I prefer to avoid, but it's not like I can say I want to be a doctor. Well, there's this clear path of what steps to take. But for me, it's kind of it's kind of like I have the map, X marks the spot, but there's no lines leading to the X, right? So I'm just kind of like walking in the desert, right? Walking on the island, and that's the thing is just kind of stuck in the middle of the cross paths, right? Crossroads, wanting to either do this, do that. Like for me, I keep thinking one thing, and then maybe the next day or the week later, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Like, for videos, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do like one long video, one short for a week, and the next time I'd be like, I'm gonna upload every day, and then it's like the next day or next week, it's like, I want to change my content or do this and that. Like, I don't have like that consistency and just like lock it down, confirm it, keep it as is, right? Like experiment. Let me experiment with this and see how it goes, and maybe change it up. But I'm like, would it be best to do this or that, or should I just stop doing this entirely and then just focus on this? Because at the end of the day, we all have energy to exert, focus on, right? And for me, for these videos, I mean, at the end of the day, for the most part, these are like a documentary, you know, my journey, and that's where I've been at for a while. And so there's gonna be a cut right before here. My mom was calling me, so there's gonna be a cut. Going back to where I'm at, yeah. So I'm just going back and forth. I'm like, I know I want to, like, for me, maybe it's an excuse trying to find it. And just the thing is, for my 9 to 5 job, like my current job, I've been here 4 years, and I'm just bored of it, right? I mean, it's one of those things that I'm not learning anything new. I'm not progressing as a person. And so for me, it's just What the heck? Um, for me, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I want to get a new job so I can learn new skills, learn new experiences, right? And obviously have like a bigger, higher cap in terms of pay, right? You know, and obviously it's like, well, there may be an opportunity out there, just you haven't found it, or you know, it hasn't found you, whichever the case may be. But I mean, that was my thing. It was like get a higher paying job and then start a side hustle, and then hopefully in the 3 years I can make 100K in the year, right? Um, I think it just right now, just the past what 2 3 months, let's say past 3 months, right? You know, having this different mindset of wanting to change, do something different. It's one of those things where I've been watching a lot of people, but the thing is, a lot of people that I've been watching are all entrepreneurs. So I'm like, ugh, so, like, and don't get me wrong, the information they provide and say is amazing, fantastic. But it's like, I don't think I'm the right, I don't think I'm the right audience they're catering to. It's more entrepreneurs or people that starting out, or business owners, small, big, large business owners. So, but the thing is, watching them all, I'm like, man, like they provided great information. It's like I know I can do it. It just I don't know the steps to get to that point, right? Because realistically, I can have just like an online business and make 6 figures, right? Versus me having a main job and then my spare time focus on my side hustle, my business, right? And my thing was like starting a higher paying job, learning new skills and everything, new experience, but then also tacking on, the side hustle, working on that in the meantime. Pretty much my hobby, right? Besides the gym, like that's my hobby. I'm going to focus on, and then once I start getting better at that, making it better, whatever the product may be, service, and if I'm making a lot more money on that, and eventually replacing my 9 to 5 job, oh, that's sunshine. Then I was like, well, I don't have to work my 9 to 5, and I can focus entirely about my product and maybe scaling it, whatever the case may be, right? But for me, it's like 100K. I say I would be comfortable with 100K. Obviously, I would rather have more, right? The more the merrier. But for me, it was have a house, have a nice vehicle, and then have a girlfriend that hopefully turns into my wife, and have kids. Um, grow old together. Just like a typical life in a way, right? The American dream. And that was one of the things I was wanting to do, really, is that. Yeah, traveling, doing this and that, like, sure, that's cool. And like, it would be nice, going to other places, seeing other places, but I'm not really an extrovert. I'm more of an introvert, so it's not like I'm gonna go and do crazy stuff. If I travel, it's just kind of like traveling, taking the pictures, eating out, just seeing the scenery and everything like that. Just something like that, basic, nothing crazy, right? Hmm. But it's one of those things where would it make me happy either making 100K or shooting past that, right? I say 100K because like for me, 100K, I'm solid. I'm good, right? With what, and obviously I'm not that. I'm getting better at financial literacy, but I'm not like master pro by no means. But I'm better than I was, let's say yet last year, right? And the thing is, it's like, man, if I was making that money right now, I would be, like I would keep my expenses clear, like the same, while also saving that and investing in, buying assets and, you know, money producing assets, really, right? And from that point on, just really managing it. But yeah, I hear people talk about like not being comfortable, right? You know, once you get to a point, the hard part is staying there, right? Or keeping as is, not collapsing or falling apart. And it's like, man, for me, I just don't want anytime I go to get groceries or pay bills, I'm always like, oh, like this. Now I'm going to be at this amount of money of debt and stuff like that. Or oh man, this costs it. Like I want to go when I buy something, I don't want to worry about but money costs. Like I get gas or buy groceries, I don't even think of the price tag. Like it's just what it is, right? Like that's just one piece of stress off. Like oh, bills came in, okay, I got money, paid for it there. That's it, and move on with my day. Now like oh, now I gotta save money, or now I can't buy this and that, and it's like unnecessary stress that you can avoid, right, by making more money. And I always tell myself, man, I wish I was like this a decade ago. Like where I would have made so much more progress. And of course, like I'm 26. Yeah, granted, I'm young. Like in the grand scheme of things, I'm young. But it's like, man, I wish I got ahead, right? Because the me now would have been, who knows where I would have been right now, right? But it is what it is. You got to start somewhere, right? Just and and that's where I'm at in life right now. Just on the crossroads, going this path, that path, changing my mind. But I know I think I mentioned in one of my past videos is every day get 1% better. Read something, learn something new, do something, create something. Just take action. Don't just sit on the couch and watch movies, and not learn anything. Right? One way or another, every skill, everything learned will stack. And I know for myself, I might not see the progress right now, but looking back through these videos, not even for me, for anyone that may be watching, little by little, you see yourself get a little bit better. The way you talk, the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you think, right? Because the person you are now, and the person you are 5 years ago, and the person you are 5 years in the future, are all three different types of people, right? Past, present, future. So. Um, And I just want to end off this video. If you have your own story or want to leave a comment of anything, feel free to post it down. I would love to respond to anyone. Just have an interaction with anyone that may be watching. So um, I greatly appreciate if you leave a comment on when I get the chance. I'll comment and reply back. I'm fine with discussing anything. So um, I'll end it here. Thank you. Take care.